Before I begin, there's something I would like to try. There's a show called Fleabag which has a scene where our main character is being asked whether she would trade 5 years of her life for the perfect body. I want to ask you all that the same question. Would you do that in order to fit into the societal expectations of how a person should look? Please raise your hands if you would. There's nothing bad about wanting to look a certain way. Even I want to look so-called beautiful and perfect. But then again, society's definition of these words changed with the emergence of every new beauty standard. Just a few months ago, I didn't even know hip tips were a thing. But now they seem to be a cause of insecurity for many women, just because some people online claim that having hip tips is not pretty. These new and unnecessary beauty standards are one of the reasons why people go through negative body image. When you look at yourself in the mirror, are you ever completely and truly satisfied with your reflection, or do you deep down wish you were someone else? It's alright. Even I have my days where I sit alone in my room and cry for a good hour or so because I don't like the way I look. Somehow the most flattering of dresses fail to look like it when they are on me. I try to put in the effort, but no matter what, the outcome is just never visible, and the road to self-love seems to go on forever and ever. According to Mental Health Foundation UK, negative body image affects 1 in 5 adults, and the rate goes even higher for teenagers, which should raise concern amongst many as it can cause depression, shame, and the risk of being involved in unhealthy lifestyle behavior. Let's shift the perspective a bit. Say there are two people in front of you. One is just your average Joe, but the other person looks like they've stepped out of a Netflix high school, and they both are suspected of a crime. Who would you believe? The ancient Greeks would have definitely said the latter, just because the second suspect seems way too physically appealing to be actually committing crimes. Yes, they really did believe that an attractive person automatically has an attractive soul. This is a classic example of the halo effect, defined by Kendra Cherry, a US psychologist, as a type of cognitive bias which influences our perception of someone based on how we assume their character is. It's a negative side effect of pretty privilege, which is, in simple words, how those seen as attractive to others have an advantage in various social settings over the rest. Social psychologist Michael Horgan Graham once stated that being beautiful as an adult lead to more dates, more career success, and even being well-liked by your peers. Who doesn't want to be treated like that? Ever since I started having thoughts of my own, I've desperately tried to gain people's approval. But now you're telling me there are those who just swipe their face cards and instantly get others to like them? Doesn't that sound like a dream? Everyone desires to be successful and validated. But it's heartbreaking when all of this can be in the palm of your hand, not because of your capability or your talent, and certainly not because of your hard work, but because of your looks. You know, growing up, nobody ever wanted to sit with me in the van because there were these couple of seniors who had convinced everyone that it was embarrassing to be seen with me. I know how they all whispered about me. They were always making comments about either my looks, my weight, blah blah blah. They always tried to get a reaction out of me. But they had no problem chatting up with the skinnier girls because we had it engraved in our young and innocent minds that being skinny is being pretty, and someone who's not can never be beautiful. Well, the comments never really stopped. Whether it was from my peers or my own family members, there's no denying what has happened to me in the past has not affected me mentally. Just some time ago, I was skipping my meals, and all it took for me to do that was hearing what other people had to say about my physique. Saying things like, you would look so much better if only you lost a couple of pounds. It took me a minute to realize how that was ruining my relationship with food, which once made me happy. Still, there's no denying that there are people who have gone through worse, something as silly as our physical selves. Let me share another little trivia about ancient Greeks with you, just to lift up the mood. They believed that Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty, would change her form to appear more beautiful by anyone and everyone's standards, because she knew and she believed that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. It's subjective, and no matter what we look like, it shines in all of us. So you better believe that whether it's stomach rolls or slim thighs, she embraced them all. It's sad how people seem to forget their self-worth and base it completely around the way they look. Because trust me, each one of you is more than just the makeup you wear or how you do your hair or your clothes. You are your soul, your heart, and your extraordinary, incredible man. With that note, I would like to conclude with a few lines written by poet Rupi Kaur. Though she may be targeting women here, I want to apply it to everyone.
15 मिनट चल
I want to apologize to all the women I've called beautiful before I've called them intelligent or brave. I'm sorry I made it sound as though something as simple as what you're born with is all that you have to be proud of when you have broken mountains with your wit. From now on, I'll say things like, you're resilient or you're extraordinary. Not because I don't think you're beautiful, but because I need you to know that you're more than that. Thank you.